Abusia for ma munyina jo esime wakwa bebimba UTV so emrason say yede enyume no nsia kase bo no eba makwem yede nsem no every ship house abeka junction enkran na okọ DSTV a channel 360 eyade a wonsa bekan social media handles ahodo no so eye UTV Ghana na enyume kase a yede bayi enyume ko biada roma edomaso yasle.
This week chocolate drink you will hear any social sanso and special drinks. There was special water. There was special drinks more salt to be bree into Mr. PB Namnom. Sanso and best point savings and loans one more so you best assurance one more eka who be any decasi boy ebremo.
And then you mean some ay day bano edoso the edimu akotini be and say Yaman Penny His Excellency John Dramani Mahama kwako piemo ewo Zambia ama samra yeka say one Zambia man penny di niyama pegwa kwemu asese ni oma yonko fano emu ayeden pa.
Sanso and Ghana young first lady Mrs. Lordina Mahama and so enafe wone Zambia woman so first lady edi ehyiamu a womu di enume bi ehyehyai ni asa ne be yo man Ghana eni afi so womu man no empuntu ebe sori ewo
aban no ahyebo se afi we nko ano enkunya adesuafo etena so ahodo 2 million ena ode bema womu basic schools emu
omampani dia to dwa se wo ba abamu no na Ghana yesika sem no de kyese enye kura amamu na no wo mu bu no na enkoyie kura enu nti no wo ba abamu a wo ye ne ebeye bia na Ghana yesika sem na afia amamu a wo mu bu no etumi agina
ene ewo emrahye bedwafie efia emrahye bedwani ede ensembi atudwa afa 24-hour economy authority abande ba wo kyeremu se adwuma eba beye no atenaye nkaye bi wo hono a eye se adwuma ne dada nti we de anka eho ehia
na minority womo ewo mrahye bedwafie na ne womo kasa womo sred benifo se womo fasika enwu akwanmu ema koko farmers se ne ebe ya enwuma womo edi no womo betumi edi na tumi akoyi amomai Ghana
we ene nsembi eka ho ene enwumre yede ba besomo ewo no nsia breyi kase boyi emomidin ene abna beyi nyano menen
nana ekia kobi
afa yehye yensem no ase Yesha said na Yaman Penny His Excellency John Dramani Mahama kwako piemu ewo Zambia memu ama wane Zambia mampenyi esinkunya ene mpenyufo nkaye bi edini ya mapegu akwemu weno eye ayonkufa eda oman Ghana yane Zambia fo entem sede bi ebetimi edini ya mapegu akwemu na yayonkufa ni muashakena ama niema akoyi ama aman yinui na Yaman Penny editudwa se wo hye ayonkufa eda Ghana ne Zambia entemu a enye ne da ya penso eye mampenyi odikan Dr. Kwame Nkrumah wone Zambia mampenyi odikan Dr. Kenneth Kawanda omo enomo hyesa ayonkofa asentie ne ya wakọ honom no wo kwa akohyemu kina na eniema eda ye ntem se bi eba na efem agudie tuo eba no eye kuayo adwuma ayeye adwadi ahodo a eda ye ntem a emu mfaso no betimi ayedru na aboa ye amaye nyina ye tumpon ewa bibrim hanom sei.
We have similar issues with agricultural production and marketing of products across countries. We are happy that the AU moved on the issue of continental free trade, but we cannot develop continental free trade in a vacuum unless we develop those bilateral relations that will identify what products we can exchange and create the conditions for us to make those exchanges. And so we think that even though we have the Permanent Joint Commission, we must enhance the relationship to a new level. And it will allow us to share best practices, to be able to have a consistent dialogue with each other, and to have direct, experiences in all sectors. And so we have to go beyond political dialogue and go into economic consolidation and bilateral economic relations between our two countries. We believe that a kind of enhanced economic partnership agreement, or whatever you technocrats will eventually call it, which is higher than just the political dialogue and the Permanent Joint Commissions, will be the way to go so that we share lived experiences in real time.
But we also really looked at issues of specific experiences that matter to us, both of us. For Ghana, the gold sector experience is important for us to avoid reinventing the wheel. Minister of Mines. By the way, my brother Excellency, I sent that Minister of Mines early on into our government to Ghana to learn a few things, but time has come to now walk through properly the issues that you are confronting in Ghana, large-scale mining, but also small-scale artisanal mines. So I won't waste too much time, but we will cover those issues in more detail. But more important, on how we can avoid, as I said, reinventing the wheel, and really just get on with the work that Ghana has already invested in, which is relevant to us as well. And obviously other sectors, how to deal with multilaterals as we work with them in Ghana, Zambia. It was important to us. On the continent of Africa, my brother and I are part of a team of African presidents that are working on the reform of the African Union, plus the reform of the global financial architecture, mainly to deal with the cost of capital, how Africa is treated in those areas, because we're having to pay a higher cost of capital than any other continent, even in the same business, similar business, same sector. And you can't accuse us of being inefficient when one element, which is crucial, is capital, is brought to the continent, to our countries, at a much, much higher cost, injecting a higher cost of doing business in our countries. So I was very delighted that the two of us are aligned in those areas. And on a global level, I think there are things that we understand that the changes in the geopolitical situation does affect Africa, does affect our countries, and we need to remain strong.
Oman Ghana, your first lady, Mrs. Lordina Dramani Mahama, Sanso, ena Zambia, woman so eba penny, neya yekasa de womu edien shemua, womu edren Oman Ghana, Sanso, ena Zambia krono, nearma ese womu ya impuntuo ebetumi aba wosa Omanimu, na yekasa de womu edi in shemu. Na womu tremu na womu say, ebe yese womu beka womu ho abomu na womu etumi de enyema ahyehye so se ne ebe ya Oman Ghana empuntu a yepese ebemu e Oman Ghana mu no womu etumi aboa womu sanso na Ghana yenso yetumi aboa Zambia fo na empuntu a ye ni na ye hwehwe ne yensa etumi aka enti na ye kasa de nhyiemu a womu kohye ye ni na eye empuntu ho nkomo e na sabri womu edi hyiemu.
Yeko US abrochimemu na Jumedie Shrunkubi ekoso ewo World Trade Center Savannah Mayo Samra Yekase wabone homoden Metre Van Johnson II wade abasobo shronkon akwa magana anemu sini a owo US abrochimemu ora Emmanuel Victor Smith ni nyina no ejina ne modemmo ene abra owo hono mu a wogina Ghana anemu adwumaso a woye ene niema hodo bi a waye ama eniema pa ekọ anim enunti ama Savannah Mayo no abona baso papa sa baso bowe no omo time fama wo bia enei omo hyene munyam omo twere mu se na adwuma so ani na omo gina wa tu ewo ba bia wo no.
There are some realities. We have term limits, and so the next mayor may not find this to be a priority. Therefore, for me, it's important to plant as many trees as I can, and then put cement over it so that it cannot be moved. And so that is why we're working so intensively to make sure that we have these pillars in the ground. The Asante Hina, when we met with him, promised me in front of a bunch of people that he would come to Savannah before my term was over. And so I'm expecting him within the next 12 to 18 months or so that he will come back to Savannah.
To see you come over here and think of see what we're doing speaks volumes for what we are doing here in this country and how we want others to come. We want you to come back again. I had to leave on yesterday in order to get here. Today, it's not because of the mouth. It was because I was driving by myself and it was about 5 hours for me to get here. But the other thing is that we want the people in our legislature to know what is happening down here. There is a presentation that I wanted to bring back, but I would not have been able to be here on time. And our Speaker of the House, as well as our Governor, will make sure that the document will be mailed to you in Ghana. We just want to say, welcome, welcome.
Ghana man penny John Dramani Mahama de atu dwetire mu se ebra wo ba ban mu no na Ghana ye economy ne nkoyie kura amamu ana wo mu bu no na enkoyie ba kokora enu nti na ese wo ba ye no wodi no kreche Ghana fo no wo kyerɛkyerɛ nyemamu kyerɛ wo mu se amamu a MPP fo bebu ye no ankoyie ba kokora nti na ese so wo ba no wo ba beji mfiri eye keta hyehya na ekoso woni mu nti sabre ya wo kasa di wo se wo ba ye no wa ye anokware wodi hu dwuma se ne be ya o man Ghana ye hu ebere hare nti nsem a wodi tu dwa no eni.
2024 was a defining moment for our country because it was our last opportunity to prove to the world and to ourselves and to our nation that democracy can work. Because increasingly all the opinion polls and survey were showing that our citizens were getting tired of our democratic experiments. They believed it wasn't working, corruption was vast, opportunities were closing for young people, and if you notice in West Africa, democracy had started backsliding, and so there were coups in different countries, and indeed our own young people were beginning to admire, a military dictatorship. And so I said that this election was a make or break, and whoever won it had to take drastic action to ensure that we restore faith in our democracy. And so what I'm doing is not for myself, it's for our country, that we don't also fall into the same trap where we return to unconstitutional governance. I'm doing it for all of us, I'm doing it for the political elites, and so there are some severe decisions that one has to take, not because I enjoy taking them, but to reignite the trust of our people in our democracy.
Sa ensiemu kroya se yamampenye His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ebo amane se waye na adwen se enchi bia no afi wenku ade eye enkunya adesuafo etena so desua ade obema dodo na akọ ediama wona wo basic schools ahodo emu wose ahodo be 2 million eno de bema wo mu wo kyeremu se aban dada no mo baaye no na se omani ewo entoaso schools fo so nko anti basic school fo ne de aso mu twa mu jaye niam na omo hia na omo nya ma wo mu nti wabaidie obehwe se honso na mu ano ebi ebeso honso.
I have my little brother Haruna Idrisu here, who's been anchoring the education space, and he's handled, first he did the National Education Review exercise, which gave us what the challenges in the education sector were, and he has been responsible for implementing those solutions. And one major headache was the free SHS. We did not have dedicated funding for the free SHS. So most of the time, a term will end, a semester will end, and the money for the schools has not been released. And so the quality of the food was poor and affected teaching and learning in the schools. Happily, working with the Minister of Finance, they fixed that. We have dedicated funding for the free SHS. We uncapped the GET fund, and the portion of it that was uncapped yields about 3.something billion, 4 billion, and so we dedicated all that to free SHS. So the children are getting better food. I don't hear many complaints about quality of food again. We're expanding infrastructure in the schools so that we can take in more children. We're improving. We have 3 categories of SHS. We have category A, category B, and category C. Everybody wants his child to go to a category A school. If not, then a category B. And normally nobody wants the category C. And so we are going to start investing from this year to improve the category C schools to category B and improve the category B schools to category A, so that children can get a fair opportunity to be able to learn. And so that is also improving things. The basic school level has been neglected. The previous government focused just on SHS because it was their flagship program, free SHS. So you go to many schools and they had no textbooks, no school furniture. Children were sitting on the floor and learning. This year, we're going to provide 2 million pieces of school furniture. We want by 2028. One by 2028 that no Ghanaian pupil will sit on the floor or lie on his stomach to write or to study in school.
Adeshma maybe now we sonia who make us a bonus yesterday basisia.
Abusuafo ye san mama kwa ba ye to ayensem no so amamo.
Yetwa yensem ne so dia na minority caucus a womo ewo mrahye bedwafie ne womo kasai womo chirema womo so womo kacha ban se emprempre ya womo fasika enwu akwan mu emfa ma koko akuafo isanse womo ho chire womo yi nti womo fasika nwu wo se ne be ya adwuma womo eye no womo betumi aye no maye ne yi.
Nia mighty minority caucus ye kan se aban entua ka wode koko akuafo enyina koko akuafo e de omo koko akoma license buying companies no koko board na a delegate womo se womo nto koko emma koko board enti womo nto emma womo ho enti womo to koko no na womo de back take over centers no na koko board koko womo to bia na koko board a reimburse womo koko a womo de abanyina no koko board ntua womo ka this is here ye ka say omo de license buying companies na omo to koko e free akuafo ho no omo de omo ka ya etwam 10 billion Ghana cedis kra enti say license buying companies ne say omo ntumi ento koko biem efi say emo a ekwa didie ne nyina no ba kokora ensan ba fie enti omo ntumi nka ebiemu ensan enwum enne akuafo ma atifie omo ntumi mfo omo enko school omo didie mu kra no ayeden ayeba beto aba no yewura ato force ne yewura erikopoku omo ka se omo be ma akuafo 6000 anye ye kura no omo ba 6000 no ayensa anka omo tumu ediko efri 3100 ediko 3225 and omo sande 400 ka ho and koye 3625 akuafo dia memenfe agye no saa ne kwani akoton ne koko efri November December January na atwamu na ne yema werehwo eyeme ya ene nsem a yewura chief executive ka kire amansan osini enti a akuafo omontimi ntua akuafo ka ne edikan ene se nanado danko akufuado ene naban ekwaje syndicated loan na syndicated loan no omontimi ntua nti say aban foforo ekọ say omokope loan a yemfa ma wo eno na mesrem say nsentrofo monko ne ho na momusa ne say sika sen ene nanado danko akufuado ekọje ye na mu sen ene otuaye na mu sen ene wontumi ntuaye na a whole chief executive of Ghana Cocoa Board ucha entro kese say Cocoa Board ekọje bosia yantimi ntua eno nti na wontumi ntua akuafoka enya no kure afe wasan ka say Cocoa Board eye contract rollover no ne say we projection say afie meti cocoa 800,000 metric tons entimude emubi ebesia wowa na magebosia e de ato cocoa no ebia na bibiasi last 2024 no beka ya ye friend El Nino no weather no e baaye no na nye enti projection no Cocoa Board ye no omo anya wanya ne saa no a na contract na ne wantumi an supply no no wa roll over a standard industry practice esi wo baabia
ene ewo emrahye bedwafie mpanyifo ede 24-hour economy authority bill no ekoto honom ema obi akire na adwen ede fa ho ne ho ena afia emrahye bedwani onmunyamfo Isaac Yaboama nyako echiremu se 24-hour economy authority na eba no enyumeku anase atena yahodo bebre honom a se adwuma no pepepe no anomoye enti eba ne sa na akwakoye se ye no moho sikaseye ene beba enti obesra aban senka weedie ehu ehia ne no enenam so ema adakulu mrahye bedwani onmunyamfo Kwame Gavins Abuja echiremu se enye se ebia 24-hour economy authority na eba no eye project foforo bi na eba be ye na emom no ne eho dada se de okan ye se atena ya hodo bi ye hu adwuma no omo ne omo ba be kan bom se de be ye hu dwumadie ne hye no ebetimi akoso wano
Mr. Speaker, if you look at the report that was submitted, it talks about 3 pillars. Pillar 1, according to the report, focuses on production system. Pillar 2 deals with development of supply chain, and Pillar 3 on labor development. These are all areas that are already being dealt with by either the Ministry of Trade and Industry. You have the Ministry of Labor and the Youth Employment, or the Youth Ministry, And so you ask yourself, why are we duplicating the functions of these ministries with the creation of an authority? We all know the expenditure or the expenses that comes to establishment of authority. If you look at development of human capital again, as the report raised, it says that it is going to be anchored on job creation, which is supposed to be done by TVET and STEM to develop the skills. TVET and STEM are already established institutions, and they already have their drawn programs. So why are we creating another 24-hour economy authority that is supposed to use the same TVET already established, the STEM program, to develop skills? This is already there. The document never spoke or gave direction that the 24-hour economy is going to run the shift, whereby various particular specific areas are going to run 8-hour shifts. It's one particular job is going to create 3 jobs. That particular promise that they gave within the 24-hour economy is missing in the document or the report that is being provided before us. I am of the humble opinion and view that the 24-hour economy, yes, the report is before us. I don't see any reason why we should use taxpayers' money to establish another authority to burden the taxpayer in paying for CEOs and board members whose functions already are being handled by various ministries, departments, and agencies.
Mr. Speaker, the 24-hour economy policy is not a project where you have a shortcutting, where you have an office set up and then there will be things like the budget to talk about. It's about coordination. Once you see the definition of this, you understand what it means. Mr. Speaker, I also hear him saying that what we promised was to have entities running 24 hours, and he's not sure if any private enterprise is doing that. Mr. Speaker, the 24-hour economy is already in motion. Mr. Speaker, for you to have a clear synergy between the supply chain, you need good roads in this country. The whole point of the big push is to serve as a catalyst to address these things. So the 24-hour economy is not yet coming. It is already here being implemented.
Ghana private sector competitiveness program ena one more edi ahyehyɛ so we training na one more edi egu akwam edi ama one mu di palm oil ena afi cashew hu edwa na we nyina ye ntete ya one more edi ma one mu sene ebe ya one mu betumi edi edwa ewo aman ahodo bebree no eso
yeni Export Promotion Council yeni Ghana Standard Board omo matter wo sadi mu nyina yeni omo eya adwen nti amope ye hyemu wa ha na eye say ye pese ye can about quality standards and ye pese ye can about certification na ansama we get certificate they say quality eye eduma kese wo ye ka say certification na they say emit some standards bi nti ye hyemu wa ha na enunti ya frɛ omo ye omo ba ko 1 and omo a nyame ya adoma 9th of February omo so be signing say omo so omo sa kan grant ni bi e wo ho that 9th of February nyame ya adoma ye be ye third call nti obi biara wo ye eduma e wo cashew ana say abe ehu nti mpacho e atea ene abe ehu no 9th of February ye be san place the third call nti obia ensiesie ne huye na ontumi wo applier na wo qualifier ye be ma nti mo mama so emra fam ye be ye teachings orientation and na bibia ese everyone were qualified for the grant and so unlike policy alignment now your question will be any Ministry of Trade and Agribusiness and that you know a strong and then you know any private sector omudi abe any atia weduma na impepi no a young professor Mensa can certificate no ntina wati ada but quality and standards a continuous process. Nti say we be ensure certain bia e ba de say omo a omo license no back for inspection bia o ho nkyere wo no enu nti na ne ehiem wo ha se ne be ya e be ye continuous process e be ye ntuaso enye bia ene betumi an make sure say ne mapra masoai nti otena de betumi adama ne ye bi kisana ese say ba no.
We've got very high expectations of this matching grant. We are looking forward to receive the funds to be able to scale up significantly so that we can get ourselves market ready, and especially for export. This grant is also going to help us to improve our quality system. We've had the privilege of being exposed to some trade fairs in Europe and globally. One thing that is really, really high, like people are really talking about now, is certifications and quality. And for us, is one of the biggest, benefits that we are going to get from this. This is going to help us put our food safety systems in place, strengthen our food systems, and it's going to help us get some certifications that will give us a lot of credibility on the export market, and also make everybody understand that we have robust quality systems, and we are very excited about it.
Yetwa ensem no eswa nakrate bi ababeto yapono so ewa ha ni nyina no ejina eye enkabunku ahodo bi a omo ewe yememu krata omo de kotu dwana sama ne omo boye se omo ba beti etua na etua na omo ba beti no omo nim time a ombesan akwakoye adwuma ebiem na ni nyina mu nam so ama National Labour Commission editor omanim sa enkabunku ameka omo ho asemi eye Senior Staff Association Universities of Ghana, AFE Teachers and Educational Workers Union of TUC, AFE Federation of University Senior Staff Association of Ghana, and the Technical Universities Administrators Association of Ghana. Omo na ye se omo betie twa a omo nim da ombesan ababeto omaduma so biem. International Labour Commission editor omanim se de oma kan ebeye a omo pese omo hia wo mo se de ebeye a omo betimi de omo nsema to dwa omo mpanyimfo ni nyina obi ahwe se enhyiemu no obeba na abra enhyiemu no ekoso no eno munya anente se nkabomku ahodo na ni nyina no emu miensa ama na emom no Technical Universities Administrators Association of Ghana omo pe eno omokoye na omokoye no eno mo ne National Labour Commission esi nkonya edito omanim se omo no omunya omadwen se ombetin atua na emom no eye eniema ba ko mienu binti ena ama we ya dai aba omo de sa amanebo no ebeto edwa eno ena National Labour Commission edito omanim se de na nka omuhia omunyina nkabomku ahodo nan ni nyina wo ho no mesi nkonya aka asem no ehunu de etuemu ene kwan omo de befa so a ama ne senti no omo ebesere se enimanimu omo betwen se omo omaka oma manhyiemu no hia so omo ba se de ebe ya de oho bia no ombetimi akanti nanu nhyiemu ekoso eye ebenada no ene bukuada no de ekosi yenie omo koye ni nyina omo de amanebo ne baaye no omo entimi anko nhyiemu no age eye Technical Universities Administrators Association of Ghana omo pe ene koye ni nti ama nhyiemu no endimu a omo de ho krata ababeto edwa.
Public Service International and Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association and so Ghana Health Service Workers Union and I say dear womu eshiemu na womu shiemu a womu eshiemu ni na ne say womu si enwiemu sakraye no sabre ya say de edan ya yesisi ama omu a womu ye adwuma womu no ha dwi ye pan san say wiemu esesa kakra bia na e de ohyew e na ebra womu na de ohyew banso ana afi e de yare na niema bia keka ho e na e ha womu nti womu srempanifo say womu hwe na womu nya hu bibi emfama womu.
Your concerns, basically as health workers, the effects in climate change, so most of the times the Belgians say far-fetched, but it is more closer than we think. You consider infrastructure for one. A lot of times, a dino baby na titimrenimu, hospitals dino, or other facilities within the districts, and so a lot of times the dino mu used as health centers and as a chips compound. It was not designated, say the health structure. Ebi obi fie bi a we si on the corner bi a opsan kon in ebusuafo na ya current na the age man. So we na structure no enye fit for the purpose inti a ye wo honom. So yes, inti e cause a lot of issues because in facilities now say unya good ventilation. But here are the cases that you su efitia na ye dey inti dan mu eswa dan mu emuche. Inti u fix equipment in your area, there's little space for you to move about. Inti air movement in Sokrabic becomes very little. So move sit down for health centers now. They should involve civil engineers. They can put up buildings that is fit for purpose. If you do so they can according to say PSI 4B program a lot of us we didn't think so much about the effects of climate change on us. If we can do a nationwide education on the effects of climate change and now you're picking it up from there.
A health facility, let's take the environment into consideration. If it is a very hot zone, then it means you need to give wider windows that can encourage ventilations. You need to put sufficient air conditions to be able to cope with the heat that is in that environment.
Facility bi wo ho na ebi a report am ase bi a facility ni si no se flooding si a ebetumi asay hospital ni mu niam nyina e wo say management to ho anamo either so be yi efi ho ana so be elevate se na ebi a flooding si a enko affect enti near e wo say the first and foremost is to listen to the people who are working. Nurses ne more communities midwives for no complaints or more but as a result of the impact no was see eti omo
was see the measures that to wa ebetime boa health workers e bia edu rainy season ma ye the bus is better to see vantage point ebe for mo aba now on one can struggle to get to the hospital one bounce wa e bia obenya problem after so baby rural areas no so no even the ceiling they call around and say e leaky baby oji no insu air to ba clients insu da ho enti say yempanyfo no betimi ahwe yes anyama nkisi we proud to time ansu beto ebeboa
ko facility ni bebre wa accommodation is very challenge e wo hono ma nipa dodo na say ko tinachi do bi wo no ye adwuma wa Accra so fi eastern region oba adwuma enti ye be stress yensi yema accommodation enye closer to the health facilities na yewo no se na be ya wo be adwuma wa ayasabia hono ma be closer to the workplace se na be ya untwa kwan tenten enye den enfamba.
Affirmative Action Law Coalition openya wo boabo ma no eye Shela Minka Premo Esquire wo de atodwa se obesre abana se nadama se oma empenyufo bi mu dibra hodo e wa ban mu a aya wontwa nani enhwe ma wo se sese no aban ni dibra hodo no bebre ama ema nanso so enru ba bia enu sa 30% na ewo eye Affirmative Action Bill no emunto besre se ewo se aban etwa nani hwe ema yesanse Emma dodo na ewonim die ne moane ahoden a onbetimi dia boa ama memu no akoso.
Affirmative Action Gender Equity Act 2024 Act 1121 ye pass in 2024 no emra no eba ye nche eba se emma ne mema ebenya mpanyiye anase ebenya positions ewo baby a you take decisions wo nyina benya opportunity enya kwan aye enya such positions eba aban ejumemu ye any private sector nyina nti training no encourage media force wo behu what the essence of the law is na fe wo betimi enhu kwan wo befa so amanfo so ate about emra no ne nyema efa implementation na kwan befa so ama Emrana Yejuma. The Yeba and Yahuse media for play a very key role. So mo etimihu the Emranoka, so said to me, I can't run no sem. Send best uncle for any confused. By the day, I think that they are trying to do what they can, but there's always sure out of 19 cabinet positions, no, me pen Emma. No, near say woman shall not some base my home ibibia. And overall, no, if ministerial appointment, we section 14 of the law now. It is the president now appointed into ministerial position, into MMDCEs, into positions in constitutional bodies now. They should take gender into consideration. And for now, no, about those constitutional provision, NCC is headed by a woman, and some of the state-owned enterprises, and also we have women as the head. Prison service, we have a woman. Fire service, we have a woman in charge as a head. A few places, National Petroleum Commission, and a few places. But there are other places I feel say increasing numbers. No, if you say that's so air tracking numbers. No, you do 30% now. And run say by September 2026, you be do no. Until you say my implementation.
Member of Parliament was Sene West constituency Honorable Kwame Ampafo Twumasi and na ye kasa de wode sika 100,000 Ghana cedis ato ho se empanifo ensomu na ekwan a womo no womo ntumi emfanye se ne be ya ma womo kua wo ho no womo betumi womo kokua ne mu na womo ye omadwuma na womo besen akwa ekwan na womo nam so no womo betumi afaso yie na adwuma womo ye no womo betumi aye ne yie na di puntu aba
Yakwan no e wo se eyiye yenim se ye difita yakwan enye na eye meso mani so ani hunu meni disi nya apan no so ani so ani hunu se yakwan no obeye na especially ye federal rules no ya ekwo nkwase no ya ye di nuane ba no afibia no nsoto a ye be ye afo no na niema na akamuram entimi ma enonti ema ehia akuafo eye ewo yintamo ha ya wa pa nyame adom ye wo machines ya ye friend drip machines a ewo se de ye ya kwan no e pida rules no na ehon sam kan na eden e bi se wo tofu a ana se fan wo agu mpidie no ma ne bo eden pa enti ansa no me free ha no e drip coordinator ene ni team ya mo we adwuma no me mama so ate any nananom any penifo a sene man mo hia se me ma drip no sika eye 1 billion se omo fan share adwuma na se 1 billion me di mama se ba ya mo ti me dia share ya krumu no kwa se na be mu dia se kwan no na efriho a na ye to asoko ya kwan ya ka no se be ya bibia be ko kama me da ma se ya mi ncha mu nyina
na ha na ha ye nyina free ye street o hwe road ne da ha ena road ba ko su datia road dia do so ha o hwe ma bantene ne ma ne eya emwaye
na ye kwan yi ensuo ta susare timi fa kwan ne nyina asai afi pesi so a ka bia so ntimi fam kwan no nyina tutu amana empo nipa kora wo nante no din so be nante ye hu sa abade bia so abasa obeye kwan ya maye
Abusuafo yese homesoni age abafo nkrato etosumi no abasesia Ebusiafo ye Simon Makwaba ye to ansem no so edi amamo. Na penny a license Cocoa Buyers Association wadano eye ora Samuel enim ado. Openyi edi adesre de ato aban no enim so obesre nada. Eye cocoa ebuo ho mra foforo na aba no. Wase ebeya amampanyin hwe no monye mra ne ntum ne nsa se enye adwuma. Wase na nsense de cocoa buo siti no. Obi ono ana okoma foforo so no akwa akoto. Ama o madwuma no mo hunu ani so. Ena afensu no wase se eba ne saa na emrabo yo mugitum ebeboa ama cocoa ho adwuma no ho dwadie ene mfaso wo se efri mu ba no ebe na pepepe ama obi aho etimi ato no.
Na wie tunsa efre nsentwere for so omumra na ohawa ewo yen cocoa mu no ye ne omonwenwen ho na yenhwe kwan ebetimi etu anamon abɔ ho ban na yanse no de dikan ye hu se sesei ye to cocoa no se ko to cocoa no e de ba se ye betua yen kanokra e ho ayeden ama mumu pia te se akuafo bi ese omu cocoa omu de ba yen twa omoka na sema e wo ho ne se yen cocoa no ne bo ayeden cocoa no ba cocoa board aseye pe na se wo ka se wo koton cocoa na waboka $1,000 if you say cocoa no se wo kwa koton wa manone a ne bo e $4,000 nti asem ne se anye bia yen koto cocoa no empie kuafo ho na yen tiso ne yen ko forma yen fan ko mo pe chocolate di no ana yen yeden no ne pese aban etiminya kokuduro na ye ne cocoa board yetimi etu anamon ne ebo ho ban efise won a na omoto cocoa ewo Ghana ha ne se yen cocoa no boeden ena yetin so anko yeye efise cocoa no ohwa otiminya cocoa ne bi eto baabi a ohwa cocoa no okoto no se ohwa ahoden ane se ne cocoa no na ho keka che ye ane ye ndie no akoye pe nti okope enya ade a obabio nti ho no ne ye ka se ewo se saa asemi a yakbo yisu ise yen cocoa bua ye den omo to cocoa wo Ghana omo fi Ghana no kwan ben na ye nyina ebe transe na yetimi atintim cocoa hu dwumadie aban abaso so omia nani efise ya te se aban hihye emre bi a friend new ana act on new pricing model of cocoa se otimi hihye sa amra ne dia ye nyina ebetimi anya nyinaso na ye hu kwan ebetimi ahihye yen cocoa bo no na yetimi aton na ma yen cocoa dwumadie na sipi esita.
St. Michael Specialist Hospital and I say the woman a launch Dr. Ofori Sapon dialysis unit and nothing so eye center for frokra na bra woman a launching penifo kuku dam na ekopie bu honom Dr. Ernest Ofori Sapon eko hobi sanso and a doctor or say Kwame despite so ekopie mu ho and penifo kuku dam na so e de woman munyam ekote chire we e ba beboa ama pomodin ho entoma pano yes we afa e de fra.
Sa facility si eba beboa se de beya sebio womo a omosabo ho atochema anase omo kidney yade no yebetimi ahwe womo se bia nipa no okwa akoye ne dialysis ena afin so se owo eniyade okoho no mu a ombehwew asanso aso ano ede amawo empanyufo a eda ya sabia na no ede atodwa se omo mpesa abribia se bia obi ba na o kidney yade a na ewo so omo refer no ne ade omo se nyina ne ha adwen enunti enomakwa akofa mfidie ene apomdie adwumayefo munim de wo ho aba se omoma mehwesa ade no ema womo dwumadie na se Dr. Ernest Ofori Sapon ene yebo ni din se tetenani a ayasabe bodano odensem sei etudwa.
Chronic kidney disease continues to be a serious public health concern, and for many patients dialysis is a matter of life and death. The availability of these dialysis machines will significantly improve access to timely and life-saving treatment, reduce the burden on patients and their families, and enhance the hospital's capacity to serve the wider community. This achievement has been made possible through vision, dedication, and collaboration. I therefore wish to commend the board and management for their foresight and commitment. As chairperson and a member of the board, I reaffirm the board's commitment to strong governance, continuous investment and accountability to ensure that these units remain sustainable and with best clinical practices. May these dialysis machines and the eye unit bring healing hope and renewed confidence to all who walk through the doors of St. Michael's Specialist Hospital.
Enwechi and our Chief Executive Officer Emma Okankwe North Municipal, Onumunyafo Christian Tete Baja, and so the two also say, renal care units, and eye care units now, Modia Babeka Hono, Ebebwa pa, ama womo motete, and potemu honomono, enya ayashema pa, was St. Michael's Specialist Hospital.
The Municipal Directorate plays a strategic role in shaping the health landscape of Okankwe North. Beyond its administrative mandates, the Directorate is responsible for policy decision, resource mobilization. The Municipal Assembly remains committed to align with the municipal health initiatives with national health policy and strategies.
This milestone is a clear demonstration of our shared commitment to strengthening the healthcare system and also expanding access to life-saving renal and eye services in this country. This is more than commissioning of a facility or the facilities. It is a powerful testament of our collective resolve, where innovative public-private partnership propels us towards universal health coverage and equitable quality health care for every Ghanaian, regardless of geography and economic status.
Na Chief Operations Officer Emma St. Michael's Specialist Hospital, Mrs. Christiana Aglago, Echremu says St. Michael's Specialist Hospital ko pie hono a omo customer service ne de eye stronko kra omo wotemane abadaye ne abotrema nipa ehwe nipa nso kama.
St. Michael's ye ne bebre na eye different wa ha sei. Na because hospital bia ehwe malaria, obia treat typhoid. But sometimes baby I will be ra and this point before se bejewo and the customer care be ma na ho kra toss here do na wo no no into St. Michael's there ya ne say ya personalized care and your customer care services so top notch. Dialysis unit dem me say enkomo bebre about 2 years ago na nkrofo say bi omo hwe omo kwan because machines no break it down kolebu nti ho na nkomo no sha say ba say then nso betumi dia ya na ya hwe nkrofo a mo kidney problems. And until you say 12 chairs, ebe 7 patients be breed.
Ne krakra mu ena Madam Abigail Ashley enso ekasafa eye dialysis unit at St. Michael's Specialist Hospital Ediabano.
I'm happy say St. Michael's for asset up dialysis center because in pain be patients they complain and the machines na stay and the machines in ho and the more yenya machines no me just said the more ahihie mu efa a kidney anasa aboyare no omo so enya omo fa ahode.
Ene edom kesia ewo emrashebedwafie ekopie mu ewo eye ayawaso east mrashebedeni asese wenya ne baby kro na busuafo enchemekre mahama tware na omukopie mu honom no omanko ne nsapan sika 100,000 Ghana cedis enomdekoso ebusua no asene na second deputy majority whip Onumunyafo Comfort Kujo Edinsemsi etudwawo.
We have to do the needful, so we have come today to pay our last respect, and I'm here on behalf of the Speaker of Parliament and then on behalf of the Majority Leader. He's supposed to join us, but there was an emergency from Boko. That's why we couldn't see him today, just now, because he called me about 15 minutes ago that I should represent him and do the presentation to the family. So as we are here, Ajia, to tell you, the whole Parliament, we are with you and have our condolences. Your husband has been a good brother, a good friend, a good chairman, a colleague, and his calmness alone has even taken us aback because we least expected it. In the last parliament, the other parliament before recess, he presented their committee budget on behalf of Energy Committee. So little did we know that he will not join us in this parliament. Have our condolences. We are with you. Our prayers are with you. We will not forget you because the way your husband collaborate with us to work in harmony in the house, he will always be in our heart, and we will always remember him. So have our condolence. If I'm here, we are here today, we are here on behalf of Majority Caucus to mourn with you. Thank you.
Omanfo a womo ewo eyi kan do blue enafe amasaman asalaja enafe obeye yie sabre ye omo kase womo se womo kwanye nti womo strempanifo se womo ntu omani emehwe womo kwan no emfama womo
the American is a kwan no ese ya che kwan we ye kwan a eye major road na ese ya che enti mfuturo nkwan tomre bi kwan ne se ya potholes akese utoma na oka ase ni na asai enti ama ehaye ne driver fo no edu onwumre se ya cars ho ye den wa hanum se obi ampese obekọ efise kwan ne nye ena mfuturo wo so se wan se no smarks a enche unante kwan so akata anche wa obeyare sesi a
ono bo no wa na mp no wa ye friend sedem afenyo ono ye mp wa ha ena MC ni so ye Desmond but ye nti omonka mente so maka kwan ne ho asem aha ya yi kind do blow from Amasaman to Kaswa wahu aha no se ko Kaswa ko wini bane ade so ye nti ho asem so mo ka ho asem ana se bi omo baba be ye ho bibi omo nka ho hwe nti ye de enim de ekọ no ane se yetim
ta hanom kwan no madam mfuturo e wa ha no anya asem ketewa hu abrante e wa ha na ni 3 tuntun tisem de ya na jese bi 2 weeks bi odai efiti ye fan safety amasama ekọ Kaswa na mfuturo e kwan no so no kwan we ye nche sisi na madam fo ne ka se atamus time na atamus free so mfie se ni endru 20 years na kwan ya be ye na endru 20 years na eso aye se ya na je se ye bo man no because ye po man ni ye na ye kwan na se entimi di 20 years na kwan ni betutu aye se dia me gidi se anya papa
bridge we yo mo ye ache yie nanso kwan na nkasa pa se be siesie kwan ne die problem kwan awaha me ba ha no almost be 7 years ni kwan edi kan omo ye se omo ye but omo ye no ma anya ne papa no so omo sisa sapetin omo ye no ti omo sisa ayi na gu su keke na omo jae tenu eche ya hwe nimu up to now senkom be ye so omo nye ya tena futu mache wa ha futu ku etrimpa ma enya problem bebre ti ese woni dim se omo ntwa omo ni no mehwe
Eri adishima my hani edi ekase eboni ni na ebesi na ansa na no menkai wo se wo koden yesere wo pepep student efetwi wo sin esan se wo sere na wo fe wo sin na wo sin enyefa nipa dodo na ya no wo mutasere wo echi nti mesere wo ene ye won kwala de ye won panifo de nti wo pani wo tobi etwi wo sin no na wo tobi ama abofra no so no de etwi ne sin nti ene yi mesere wo pebi na fatwi wo sin febi na fatu fie se ne be ya ebusua ni na wo bia ebenya bi edi etwi wo mo nse mekai wo se sabre kase boy womo ene so yasne eme de prem
Media Seda Echo Aba Clothing Palace se enyume wo she matade Clothing Palace ewo Accra Central ne Lava for Dinedy enhwe ne mo misro fa bonsan na esro ho be hu no emanta de papa fie ene ho the number no e 0271-998-313 and at Texas Beauty Parlor and Dreadlocks ebo meeting so edemame also Tium Capital Hills Nando Bakery nchen wono mo a ofre na wono so kwa obesho kama number no 0552962888 0552962888 enumere ya yebeso mo kasebo yimo eyeme abana beye nyano mene
nana ekia kobi
yadamo asiama mo nyina mo enhweniti